Good evening, everyone. Today is Monday, June 16th. I think tonight's video will be a bit long. I have a lot to cover. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, so I'm really going to take my time tonight. The first chart I've got here is the SPY. The spiders closed up 0.8%, 16 cents on the day. In last night's video, I said to watch the high on this candle here, which is at 194.80. I'll leave that there. Tomorrow, I'd like to see maybe a doji candle on the daily chart. If we look at the 10-minute, today we put in a high of 194.70, about 10 cents or 10 cents off of this 194.80 level. We did have a nice pullback, bounced off of this lower area, this bottom we put in on Friday, which was at around 193.69, 68 level. As you can see here, we came back and tested that level today at around 8:40 a.m. Bounced back. We did make a lower high, however, made this high here, lower high, but then we made a higher low here. So for tomorrow, keep your eye on this 194.80 level and 193.68 level to see which way this decides to go. For now, I have no positions on these spiders, but keep these two levels in mind. I would like to see a doji, like I said, tomorrow, and then some pullback, maybe into this 20-day moving average. Currently, it is at 192.50. All right, next up, Facebook. This one closed down 0.48%. So far, Facebook is still okay. It is staying above our level here at 63.58. Also, it is still above this big green candle. The low on this candle is 63.50. When you see a candle like this, you will see support at the low. Once again, 63.50 is the low on this candle, which is on June 10th. As it stands right now, to me this is bullish because it is inside of this candle. If this decides to pull back, it should find some support at the 20-day moving average. Right now it is at 62.83. So keep an eye on those levels. Apple closed up 1% on the day. It never quite hit my level, this 20-day moving average. We have made a higher low today. The 20-day moving average was at 90.44. That's where it's at currently. This could see some more upside. A nice move today on Apple. Tesla. Tesla was the hot one today. Everyone was talking about this one. Tesla closed up 8%, looks like. Up $18 on the day. A nice move on Tesla today. I'm just checking the percentage here. $8.81%, up $18.19. My level was at 218.35. If we take a look at the 10-minute chart, it wasn't perfect. Anywhere from 218 to 220 this morning. 220 was right here. Close enough. This range here, it struggled a bit for about an hour and a half before it decided to break above that level. A lot of people are saying because it closed above this level today, this is bullish. I'd like to see where it closes tomorrow. If this closes green tomorrow, then I would be on the bullish side on this. Right now it has made a very nice move. However, if we pull up the Fibonacci levels on this one, I'm going to connect the low here on May 9th, 177.22. Alright, 177.22. To 265 here on February 26th of this year. 265. There we go. In my opinion, here is your next level to watch. 231.46. Like I said, tomorrow, I mean, if this pulls back tomorrow, then that's not confirmation that this wants to move higher. This could start to form a bullish pattern from here. This has made a big move today. Expect some profit taking to take place, but your next level is 231.46. Whether it decides to consolidate for a while or make another move up tomorrow towards this level, keep that level in mind, and we'll go from there. Next up is Yelp. This one too, I think on last night's video, on Sunday's video, I pulled the fib levels on this one too. It has pulled back off of this 75.43 level. It has a small gap to fill here. Your next level, in case it decides to break this 75.43 level, would be 81.64. So keep those levels in mind. Moving on to Netflix. This one closed up 0.6%, up $2.55. So far it has stalled here at this 428.34 level. I believe we closed above that level today. 430.26 was the close today. Here is your 10-minute chart. This one's just kind of going back and forth. If we switch back to the daily chart, here we closed above, here we closed below, here it looks like below, and then above, below, above, or below, and now today above. So right now this thing is in consolidation mode. If this decides to move higher, then this could see double top. It's not that far from it right now. It is at 458. Netflix is trading at 430 right now. I still favor the downside. I think this needs to take a bit of a breather here. Maybe come back down towards this 405.66 level, or visit this 20-day moving average here. Right now it is at 411.86. Moving on to Yahoo. Yahoo had a very nice move down today, huge gap, This thing closed down 5.7%. Our levels have been almost spot on this one. My level up here was at 37.16. It never really tagged that level. Friday we made a high of 37.06. Again, my level at 37.16. So 10 cents off of that level. As you can see today, huge gap down. What's interesting is I've had this line in here drawn at 34.70. I'm going to extend that line here. Today Yahoo made a low of 34.77. Again, my line 34.70. 7 cents off of that level. A big sell-off on Yahoo. It has closed below the 50-day moving average today. So keep an eye on this one, see where it closes tomorrow. If it does close below this level, I will provide another level for support on Yahoo. Next up, Bank of America. In last night's video, I'd mentioned to watch the blue line, your 20-day moving average, along with this line here for some support, 1539. This morning we did gap down below that line. We did, however, bounce off of the 20-day moving average. We did go lower than the 20-day, but we did have a nice bounce off of that. Here's your 10-minute chart on Bank of America. Here's that bounce right off of that 20. There you go. So tomorrow, watch for this line here, 1539, as some resistance. Also, you've got your red line, your 50-day moving average, sloping down into this level. Keep an eye on that for tomorrow. Next up is Amazon. Amazon closed up 0.41%, up $1.35. It has engulfed Friday's candle. Friday we closed at 326.27. Today we closed at 327.62. It came right into this 322.95 level. Friday's low was 323.53. Today's low was 323.52. So a nice little double bottom from Friday. Let's take a closer look here. Here you go. This was Friday's low at 323.53. Today, put in a low of 323.52. Nice little double bottom there on Amazon. There we go. This could see some more upside tomorrow. Watch this for some support, and watch this 316.49 as your secondary support on Amazon. Also take note, your blue line here, your 20-day moving average, is sloping up into this 316.49 level. Next up, LinkedIn. LinkedIn closed down 1%, down $1.76 today. Max move on LinkedIn is 180.96. Something interesting I found this morning on LinkedIn. If I pull the fibs, there you go. If I connect this low of 136.02, there you go. Connect that to this high, which is at 180.96. Close enough. You'll see here that LinkedIn has pulled right into this 236 retrace, that being 170.34. It didn't tag that level exactly, but it put in a high of 169.80. Here's your level, 170.34. So a few cents off of that level. I just thought that was a bit interesting to point out on LinkedIn. I'll go ahead and delete that. So next up is Best Buy. This one has bounced off of this 28.20 level. Today closed up 0.42%, up 12 cents. We'll see where this one decides to go. Everything is the same. Support here, 31.20 is your first target on Best Buy. If this decides to lose this level here, you will have some support here at the 20-day moving average. Currently it is at 27.67. Next up, Twitter. Twitter closed up 3%, up $1.12. My level here, 38.05, was tagged today. Twitter has now filled this gap. This is from May 5th to May 6th. Had a gap here, gapped down as you can see here. Today it has filled that gap. It made a high of 38.17, closed today at 38.02. 3 pennies below gap fill. I'm sorry, I misspoke there. Gap fill was at 38.05. Today it closed at 38.02. That's right, 3 pennies below the close. There you go, 38.17 was the high today. So I'd like to see what Twitter does tomorrow. Technically this should pull back, but this still could go higher. I favor the downside for now on Twitter. For now I have no position in this. Next up, MU. I'm still keeping this one on my watch list for a potential short or to buy some puts. Today made a high of 32.19. MU had a very nice sell-off today once it put in this high of 32.19. As you can see here, started pulling back. This did gap up this morning. Right now we have a gap fill at 31.18. I'll draw that level in. There we go. Never really filled that gap. Came down and bounced right back off of that level here. Looking back at the daily chart, small gap to fill at 31.18. But right now, in my opinion, this is way overextended. This should pull back at least to here, 30.12. And then you'll have a gap fill at 29.54. There we go. These are the levels to watch on MU. For now I have no position, but I am looking at this one very closely. Next up, Boeing. This one I'm expecting a bounce off of this level here, 131.70 is where I've got that drawn in. That comes from these pivot highs back in January of this year. First target would be your 20-day moving average. Right now it is at 134.18. You will have some support here at this line. And your 50-day moving average, right now it sits at 130.76. Here's one I ran into earlier today. WWE. I had no idea they had a stock, but I like the pattern, so I'll talk about it here. This looks very similar to Best Buy. You'll see it has the same resistance line up here. Low, higher low, higher low. Once it broke out above that upper line, it made a nice move up. So looking back at WWE, very similar pattern here. My first target is this level here, 12.52. Your next level to watch would be 13.35. So I'll keep an eye on this one. I am liking the chart. Today this closed up about 3%, up 34 cents. So keep that one on your watch list. One other one I wanted to talk about. This stock, TKMR. I mentioned this one on May 22nd or May 23rd, one of those days. Might have been May 23rd. Put in a low of $10.20. Since then, this has made a high of $15.32. Almost, or if not, about a 50% gain on this stock. Right now it closed down 1.59%. This was one of the stocks I used as a educational video. This stock was trading at 31.48 back on March 13th of this year. Had a nice sell-off. Filled this gap here. This gap comes from January 10th to January 13th. Filled the gap to the penny, and as you can see here, very nice move up in about a little under a month. 50% gain here. Alright, that's all I had for tonight. Bit of a long video. But thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Have a good night.